It was another fantastic day in the stock market. I traded 4 stocks and made over $1,000 trading them. I'm going to break those down for you real quick on how I was able to find success coming up. Yes, so I made over $1,000 a day. $1,000 a day keeps the job away, right? Well, made some really fantastic trades, and while I probably could have made a little bit more money, I stuck to my plan and I followed through with that plan and couldn't be happier with the way that today has turned out. So I'm actually still in one more trade. I'll go ahead and explain to you why in just a sec. But first, I want to welcome you to this channel. Hi, my name is Brad, and this is Own the Chaos. The world of business and finance is a crazy and chaotic place, and I've made it my mission to help you own it. And because of that, I would certainly appreciate a thumbs up and a subscription to this channel if you want to see more content such as this. Now, the stock market today was an overall very bullish one. I went long on 3 trades and I've shorted 1. Today, we're going to start off with the one that I shorted. And of course, it's BYND, right? Why wouldn't it be? You know, this is the 4th day after the lockup period has ended. I think shares continue to dump into the float. And if you look at this downward momentum, all this is doing is just showing signs of pointing down. And so I'm up over $700 on this one, on this specific trade. You guys saw where I was up over $7,000 and I covered that one on this short squeeze all the way up to 90 bucks. So then I covered that one, locked in profit there, and now I'm back in short on this one. Super happy with this trade so far, and I will be swinging this one over the weekend. The next one that I ended up trading was Apple. This is a little bit more of a momentum trade, a little bit more technical trade on this one as well. The reason why I traded Apple today is because of the market. We saw overall market highs on S&P 500, Dow Jones, everything's rocking this morning. And so I took a chance on this one and told my folks within my mentorship group that if this broke over 250, we could see new highs from Apple, and I think that it continues to rock. I even told them, you know, if you were looking to look for a long-term swing play on Apple, I think that you'd be a safe bet here. I mean, look at this momentum. It's been an amazing trend here with Apple, and it just keeps going up. We always talk about that old cliche, right? The trend is your friend. Let me clean this up here for you. The trend is your friend, and couldn't be more true with Apple. You know, just looking here on the 4-hour chart, I think this ends up continuing at some point. Would look for some sort of pullback now that it's gone up, and we're experiencing highs of 253.43 now. So I was able to make this trade, got in with 200 shares just before 250, ran this all the way up to over 252, sold half of those shares there, and then locked in the rest of my profit. So I'm done for the day on Apple. Do I think that this can continue to go up and we'll experience new highs? Absolutely, but I'm going to be looking for some sort of pullback before I do that. And so I think Apple was a fantastic trade. Made a few $100 on that one today as well. All right, so the next trade that I made today was Alibaba. Alibaba had really good earnings today and spiked up pre-market, had a little bit of a pullback, and so that's when I decided to get in. I told my folks in my morning mentorship, I said, hey, listen, 179 seems to be a tough area of resistance, but if it can break through there, we should see a nice pop. Sure enough, it did. Hopped in at 179, flipped this sucker and sold out at 182.13. Didn't really, almost sold us right at the top. It never really works out that way. But I was really happy with this one. Only made $172, but I was happy with that trade overall, and moved on to the next one, which was Fitbit. Fitbit came out with news today, and this is my only red trade for the day. Came out with news today that it was officially being bought out by Google. You know, Google's looking to get into the watch game. They have competition with Samsung and Apple watches, and so they decided to go out and buy Fitbit. Had a huge gap up this morning. So, usually what happens, Google bought Fitbit for $7.35 a share. It actually got up to that pre-market and has settled back down. My thought process here wasn't quite so much technical. It wasn't really a whole lot of rhyme or reason to it, if I'm honest. And I told my folks as well, this is kind of one of those things where it's risk reward. You take a small position, see if it ends up moving on you and, riding on that hype. And sure enough, it didn't. Took a $60 loss on this one, but at the end of the day, I did so well on all my other trades that I just, kept the loss tight here, was super happy with it. And, it is what it is. I took a chance. Like I said, risk reward I thought was pretty good on this one to just buy right at the open. And, you know, at the end of the day, maybe I should have known a little bit better than to do that. But like I said, I only took a $60 loss, so I couldn't be too upset, especially with the way the rest of my day turned out. So I really just wanted to keep this video short and sweet and kind of explain my overall day. I always try to make a plan going into the day, how I'm going to make out my trades. And it's super crucial and super important to stick to those plans. You know, every morning I go live with folks in my mentorship and I talk to them about coming up with a plan and sticking to that plan, because as soon as you start deviating from that plan, that's when you start to make your biggest mistakes and you end up usually having a red day overall. And so today went into it saying, okay, the overall markets are approaching an all-time high. So here's the stocks that usually end up doing well as a result of the overall market doing well. Looking at S&P 500, it's experiencing all-time highs. Dow Jones, you know, they were reacting to positive results on jobs that were filled over the month of October, and so we saw a nice move up. Usually when that happens, Apple has a good move out of the day. You know, a lot of your other big S&P 500 type stocks will have nice days as well. Baba had good earnings, so lots of momentum type plays, lots of really good opportunities and big boards. And really, I didn't make one trade on a penny stock today because there really just wasn't that much going on. And so I just moved my focus over to big boards today and decided to just make those my trades. And again, sticking to your plan is super crucial. It's going to make your trading so much easier if you just have that discipline to stick to those plans. You know, don't fall into the emotional parts of trading. Don't fall into FOMO and start chasing things you shouldn't be chasing. Just stick to your plan. And really, that is one of the largest keys to success in trading in the stock market. Sticking to that plan and exercising that discipline is super, super crucial. And so that's what I did today. That's why I was so successful, just following through with those plans. And it was just really an awesome day. Can't complain too much for a Friday, right? Well, that's going to be it for me, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're interested in the mentorship that I was referring to earlier, or if you want to know what the platform that I was talking about or that I was showing all my stocks on as well, it's actually over at WeTradeHQ.com. Now, the WeTradeHQ.com platform is absolutely free to join, but the mentorship does cost a little bit of money every single month. It's actually relatively cheap, pays for itself every month, and I'm sure some folks from our mentorship are going to comment and let you guys know that yes, it is. It does pay for itself every single month. And so if it's something that you're interested in joining, the links are down in the description below. I'd highly encourage you to go check it out, but no pressure. You know, watch me on YouTube all the time. I put out content such as this so that I can help you learn how to become a better trader and just exercise more discipline and all that good stuff, guys. So that's going to be it for me. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, again, I would appreciate a thumbs up and subscribe for more content such as this. And that's going to do it for me, guys. As always, I will see you all before the bell, and B Smith is out. Swing trading is probably one of my favorite ways to trade. It's a really nice, easy, set it and forget it. It works well for people who have that 9-to-5 job that just can't stay glued to the computer. And I'm going to show you how I made over $7,000 and counting on this incredible swing trade coming up.